In this video, you're going to learn more about Biot number and Fourier number, which comes into picture in transient conduction. Now, before solving problems, let us just understand the dimensionless numbers which came into picture. Unsteady heat flow consideration of lumped parameter analysis. We'll understand these two dimensionless numbers in a much better way. So the first one we'll discuss is Biot number, which is represented by Pi. We discussed already the rearranging the terms of the power of exponential. We got this Biot number and Fourier number. I did not discuss much about this. Anyway, over here we are going to rearrange the terms by multiplying and dividing it by VAS into K. And when we did that, the terms can be rearranged, and finally we write HLC by K, where the volume by area is considered as one more new parameter called as LC. We'll concentrate only on the Biot number, and when we proceed, the HLC by K itself is considered as the Biot number. Right? So what is this LC? This LC is simply the term called as characteristic length, which is given as the volume of solid divided by the surface area of the solid. Hence, the Biot number is given by HLC by K, where H is the heat transfer coefficient of the surrounding. LC, as we discussed, LC is the ratio of volume of solid to the surface area of the solid, and K is the thermal conductivity of the solid material. This Biot number simply indicates two terms. Okay, let us just rearrange these terms in another manner. We'll just take this LC by K as one term and bring this value of H to the denominator. Then what happens to the equation, we'll see. If you multiply the numerator and denominator by 1 by A, we are going to get . So now it is clear, when we just rearrange these terms, we are going to get two different terms. The numerator LC by Ka can be called as the conduction resistance, divided by the 1 by Ha is the convection resistance. So if you consider a solid and assume that the solid is exposed to a surrounding of H, and this is a solid, heat is transferred from solid to fluid or fluid to solid, whatever it may be. This exposure of the fluid is coming in contact with the solid at the surface. So this resistance offered within the solid, we call it as conduction resistance, and the resistance offered by the fluid, we call it as the surface resistance. So the Biot number simply gives the ratio of conduction resistance over the convection resistance. Now, as we all see here, the conduction happens within the solid, so it is internal, and the convection resistance is offered in the fluid, which is outside, so we call it as external resistance. Now, when the value of Bi, if it is coming as very small number, the possibility should be that either the conduction resistance should be negligible or the convection resistance should be maximum. So as we discussed in the beginning of lumped parameter analysis, if we refer that page, we see that the internal resistance becomes negligible. Only when the internal resistance becomes negligible, we'll consider the analysis to be lumped parameter. So when we come back here, the internal resistance is simply the conduction resistance. So if the internal resistance is very small, the Biot number becomes very small. And if the internal resistance is very small, the only way the heat has to be transferred from the solid to surrounding, as we saw in the beginning, is due to the convection process, that is by the fluid. So external resistance will take over at a high rapid rate when compared to the internal resistance. Now all of you keep one thing in mind, that the value of K can never be increased to very high value. It can never go on to infinity, practically speaking, and the temperature gradient can never become zero practically. But in most of the cases, particularly for cross sections where the volume is very small when compared to its surface area, to the volume, then we can assume as a very high K value, and the temperature gradient becomes negligible. This usually happens in case of wires or plates These are some examples, wire, plate and all, where you will find the surface area to be very large when compared to its volume, right? So conduction resistance will be internal resistance, convection resistance will be the external resistance. Hence, when Biot number is small, it simply indicates that the conduction resistance or the internal resistance is very small or negligible. So when this internal resistance becomes small, what happens is we are able to assume the whole solid as a lump. When we assume the whole solid as a lump, we call that analysis as lumped parameter analysis. Because when internal resistance is small, obviously the temperature gradient will fall down. If temperature gradient fall down, we can assume lumped parameter analysis as we discussed in the previous video. So remember, when internal resistance is very small, the only way in which the heat has to be transferred is purely by convection mode. So when convection mode happens, it is only the external resistance that is taking over the internal resistance. Now what happens if the Biot number is of a larger number? So if you have a look at the Biot number, it is given by the ratio of conduction resistance by convection resistance. So the value of Biot number can go on to a large number only when the conduction resistance, that is the numerator, attains a higher value, or the convection resistance, which is denominator, attains a very less value. So Biot number becomes large when the internal resistance takes over the external resistance. So external resistance will be very small when compared to the internal resistance. Internal resistance happens due to conduction. So when Biot number becomes large, the internal resistance also increases. When internal resistance increases, the temperature gradient will also increase. Now then, if temperature gradient is increasing, what will happen to the whole scenario? Becomes in such a way that the temperature becomes a function of the position and time. So when Biot number is small, the temperature will be only a function of time. But what happens when Biot number is large or increase, the value of temperature is going to vary with respect to position as well as time. So if this is the case, the lumped parameter cannot be applied. So this becomes a problem when Biot number becomes large. We cannot assume the lumped transfer analysis. What is the meaning of lumped transfer analysis? We just discussed that in the previous video, and we had derived the equations of temperature distribution as well as the equation for the instantaneous heat flow and the total heat flow. So when Biot number is large, we cannot apply the lumped analysis, and hence all the formulas what we derived in the previous video will not hold good. So what is that Biot number that we need to keep in mind as small and large? It is assumed that if the Biot number is less than 0.1, it is going to be assumed as small, and if it is greater than 0.1, it is going to be assumed as large number. As already mentioned, this lumped analysis, that is when Biot number is small, can be applied only when you have shapes such as wires and plates. The next dimensionless number is called as Fourier number, and as we saw in the previous video, the Fourier number is simply given by alpha t by LC square, which we obtained by rearranging the terms where alpha is called the thermal diffusivity, and the thermal diffusivity is given by K by rho Cp. So what is this Fourier number? This Fourier number is given by the formula of alpha t by LC square. So LC, as we discussed in Biot number also, it is simply the ratio of volume of solid by the area of the solid. Fourier number is going to signify what is the degree of penetration of heating or cooling effect. So finding out this Biot number and Fourier number, we reduce the formula of temperature distribution as e power minus Biot number into Fourier number, where the left hand side will be the temperature distribution equation. So any unsteady state problem that you face, the first thing you do is check the Biot number, whether it is coming small or large. If the Biot number calculated comes within 0.1, then we will be able to apply the lumped parameter analysis. But what if the Biot number is greater than 0.1? We cannot apply lumped parameter analysis. Then what to do if the Biot number goes greater than 0.1? If Biot number is greater than 0.1, temperature is simply varying with respect to position as well as the time. So we have different methods to solve unsteady state heat conduction when the Biot number goes beyond 0.1. We'll discuss all that in the upcoming videos. For any doubts or clarifications, you can drop a comment or contact me through my mail ID.